Hi everyone, Diane here. Welcome to my studio. I've been out of the studio for a week because I've got COVID, and today's the first day after having been knocked sideways that I feel able to speak and do anything. So today I decided the best way of getting better is to try to do things. And so I can't do what my husband's been doing, which is hiding in his bedroom for a fortnight, refusing to engage with the world. Mind you, it's probably the best thing he could have done. Anyway, so today I'm here and I'm going to try to paint something. Fortunately, the other day I had sketched this, and so I'm going to have a go at painting that. And what I'm using here is a piece of cold press Meaden watercolor paper like this. This is what it looks like when it has its cover on. And I'm going to be using, I could have been using rough and I could have been using hot, but as it happens, I drew it on there, and that is cold press. I wrote it on the back so that I know. Let me see. Right, so I'm not going to pretend to be full of the joys of spring, because I am not, but I am determined to try to do something. I have a brush. This is a Craftermo Diane Antone brush, mop, and these are going to be available from the middle of November from Craftermo. And I've chosen half a dozen colours from my Kuretake set, which have an autumnal tint, and I'm going to just use this big mop brush to just tint the paper with a nice golden hue, which will have a sort of autumn mood to it. So the bigger the brush you use, the more likely you are to get a nice even spread of paint, and it will blend in and dry and give you a nice background for the next step. So there's that, and I will probably put the hairdryer on that and let that dry. So next thing I'm going to do is find a brush. This is a nice round 14, and I'm going to colour in some of my birds. I don't really know what colour I want to do them. Maybe I'll start with a little one over here. And perhaps I'll just change the colour with each one. Just do it in one colour for the ones in the background. Sometimes I think it's best if you don't think too much, and just look upon this as a kind of convalescence, that's the word. Trying to get better. It's good that I actually had drawn these, because I think that would probably be one step too far to expect me to draw them. But colouring them in is another thing. That's a good idea, actually, if you're not feeling very well but you want to do a bit of art. I would suggest that that's probably a good idea to get a colouring book, and colour something in. Just colour it in. practice your brush strokes. And what I'm doing here is I'm using quite a big brush, because that way you get better effects. I'm wondering whether to do... No, I don't think I will. I was thinking I might do one of them green, one of the birds green, but I don't think I will. I'm not feeling very brave at the moment. So we'll do this one the same as the others. Just sort of shadowy shapes of birds. And then, what am I going to do next? I'm going to do some leaves and some autumn colours, so we'll stick with those. And I can also use some brown. So we will put some, and this is my inspiration. Let's have some autumn leaves. And we can add other colours. So if we start off with, you know, a light brown, you can add a darker brown, or if you start off with rust, like that, you can add, just let it run. And if you wanted to, you can use a smaller brush, but I'm going to use a fairly big one. And let's go for the orange again. This is what am I trying to say? Berries. Let's put some berries, shall I? Put some circles. And we could make some red ones too over here. And I'm going to use a bit of pen a bit later on. I think maybe a little flower up here, perhaps. And perhaps a bigger one down here. And here. And I think the thing to do is not to try to plan anything too much. Just play. we could have some acorns. It's quite nice to just drop in a darker colour onto your slightly wet paint. I think it's probably fairly important to try to knock yourself out of the COVID pit if you possibly can. This is probably not going to be what you would call a work of art, but it's therapy. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Something yellowish down here, perhaps. If you're tired of hearing my voice, you probably will notice that there's not much of it on this particular video. Being as I haven't got a sore throat or anything, I just haven't got any energy. So when this is dry, I'm going to do some ink work over the top of it. But I think I might just add some colours to the bird's wings and things. Just drop in some other stuff, see what happens. Okay, I'm going to dry that now. So that's dry now, and I'm just going to, I think, start doodling. And I've got a Kuretake Tombow pen here, one of the ones that has the hard and soft, thick and thin ability to do. I think it's intended for calligraphy, but it's quite nice. Something else I could do probably wouldn't be a bad idea, to rub out some of the lines from the pencil underneath. I use a Stettler plastic rubber to do my rubbing out with, because I'm English. And if I was American, I would use an eraser. So, yeah, and I use a shaving brush to brush away the bits of rubber that remain on the paper after I have erased my lines, because that way I don't put too much grease on the paper from my hands. Although I have clean hands and dry skin, that's to say, you know, crepey, it still would leave a mark. Eventually, probably. If you do try to draw or paint or whatever when you're not feeling very well, you will find that you create different stuff. Your work will be different. Your brain will be working differently. I am finding this. It may be good, it may be bad. It may not be either. So anyway, the main thing is, the point of this is to encourage you to, if you're not feeling very well, and you know, you may not have COVID, you might have some other health challenge. And this is a salutary lesson for me. It's very easy to just say, oh, anyway. So what I'm doing is I'm literally just going around the outside edges of my blobs slowly, because I feel like doing it slowly, and you might wonder why there's music on this. If there is, there might be. I think I think I might ask Tamsin to put music on this one. We don't normally, but because my verbal ability at the moment is somewhat what's the word? Restricted, limited, inhibited. I can't think of any words. Well, it's not that I can't think of any words, but I don't know what to say. I'm not feeling very, I am definitely not being very interesting at the moment. However, We're getting somewhere. I'm going to call this my get well card to myself. I really like these pens, and I like going over, but not exactly over, the paint lines, the paint areas underneath. And I think it, like this here, that's one of my favourite effects. I think it's very attractive. I quite like that. And then drawing in the stems. Put the center vein in the center, put it to one side a little bit. And you can also put in some what I call empty leaves. And I might put some white there. Posca pen, useful thing. And probably want some here too. I'll do that now. Did I make 3? Yeah. There's a lot of things I could say. Something that's going through my mind at the moment constantly is this issue of copying. And I'm not going to talk about it, but I do want to just say, please don't copy other people's work. Just do your own thing, because I was listening to a sermon from a couple of years ago, or was it last year? Rosen Williams, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, talking on Easter Sunday about the devil. It's on YouTube. I'll put a link to what he said. I'm not going to say anything else. Acorns. This, I think, is meant to be an oak leaf, all crunkled up and scrumpled. And here we come to now this one. As you go along, with any luck, you'll find you feel a bit better. I'm thinking, better rather than worse. And you think of more details. When a bird is flying, you can't really focus on the position of its wings and stuff. So when I was drawing these, I was thinking, it's all over the place. It doesn't matter if the lines aren't accurate, because what does that mean anyway? So let's just make them sort of everywhere kind of thing. This looks like a beech leaf. Some berries again. And some more here. And then we have another oak leaf. And another bird. It's been very quiet in our house just lately. My husband has not come out of his bedroom for almost 2 weeks, except to run downstairs, well, not run, but descend the stairs with a mask on. Just recently to take the dogs out for a little walk. It's been very quiet. It's quite nice. This wasn't meant to happen. But it did. Nearly done. Nearly done, not quite. It depends what I'm going to do next. Okay, so we probably ought to rub out the lines. Having got to this point, so what we have is a little scene of birds being blown around in the wind. It's a typical autumn day, windy, leaves blowing in the air, birds flying and having fun in the breeze. And so we did it on a background, so I just did a light coloured background. And what we could do also, if we wanted to, at this point, we could do some spatter. Could do that. We could do, I'll tell you what we could do too. I might grab a smaller brush and some pale pink, and we could put some leaves in the background. Some pale leaves, trying to find places to put them. And just fill some of the spaces. Just a few bits and pieces. Maybe I haven't got any blue, have I? A little bit of bluish mauve. Oh God, honestly. Okay. Well, I think that's going to have to do. So that's my autumn scene, my get well card to myself. And I hope you enjoyed that. And next time, hopefully, I'll be feeling a little bit more lively. But I'm quite cheered by my happy birds flying around. And I will see you again soon, everybody. Take care. Bye for now, everyone. Bye-bye.